Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, MF Crypto here, aka Quanstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father. Once again. And as always, I'm on a mission to help you build generational wealth. Welcome back to the channel, my fellow Quant fam community. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome in as well. I have an explosive Quant Network video update for you today. Bank of England to launch digital pound lab. Guys, I'm going to be getting into two articles, one official Quant Network press release, as well as an additional article in regards to that digital pound lab announcement. The Bank of England is not messing around, ladies and gentlemen, and we all know the direct ties that Quant Network and Gilbert Verdian's team has to the Bank of England. Where the BOE goes and where Quant Network goes are directly tied hand in hand. So when we see an explosive news update such as this, we have to pay attention. Strap in, because I'm going to be diving into that very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're currently trading at 121.33 per QNT, up 17.12% on the weekly. Bitcoin has rocketed up to the $105,000 price point. Pro Crypto Administration coming into effect. Just 3 calendar days, we are going to usher in a new era. So look for extreme volatility coming into that inauguration date on the 20th of January. As I said in the previous video, I know it's been about a week now. I've been extremely busy bouncing around doing different things, but volatility will continue to swing up and down wildly. So continue to DCA, dollar cost average, into this asset if you believe in it as much as I do. Big Papa Quanstradamus, he shepherds the flock. He's here for you. Don't ever get it twisted. Switching gears over to that huge announcement, ladies and gentlemen. The BOE is to launch a digital pound lab as it sets out its blueprint for the design phase of a future Britcoin. Very cute little play on words there. Operating in a sandbox environment, the Digital Pound Lab will enable hands-on experimentation for testing API functionality, innovative use cases, and potential business models for PIPs and ESIPs. The bank's consultation groups, the engagement forum, and the academic advisory group will continue, while the technology forum will be wound down. Engagement focused on technology will continue, says the bank, but it will be more direct and detailed, supported by the Digital Pound Lab. At the same time, the bank has published the first of series of design notes, which set out emerging thinking on specific topics related to a digital pound. The world is changing, guys. They are bringing on a new era. They are ushering in digital payments, and this changeover in the United States, complete 180-degree turnaround from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, will help foreign countries and the European Commission to come on board. Pro-crypto administration that is coming into the United States is going to signal to the rest of the world that it's game on. You're already seeing a ton of different states and different countries and jurisdictions across the globe setting up strategic Bitcoin reserves. It is going to be a massive ripple effect, no pun intended, but XRP, yet another incredible digital asset that is starting to explode. It just went over the $3 price threshold a couple days ago. I am very keyed into that as well. XRP, QNT will go hand in hand. On-demand liquidity and the Overledger system for complete seamless interoperability, they work hand in hand. Keep a close eye on that project as well. The published design note identifies the key components the bank and HM Treasury will explore in developing the blueprint. The blueprint is one of 4 work streams in the digital pound design phase. Its purpose is to provide a comprehensive proposition for a digital pound, including technology, operational, ecosystem, commercial, regulatory, and financial considerations, and the roles that both the bank and the private sector could play in delivering it. I don't want to mince words here. This is the complete package. This is a full overhaul of the current financial system as we know it today. Quant Network is directly behind that. Their system and the team that they have in place are the only team currently in 2025 that has all the regulatory issues ironed out behind the scenes, that has all the connections at the highest places in the financial sector. Quant Network is the only project that can push this across the goal line and truly be larger than crypto itself. Incredible opportunity unfolding before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Get your ducks in a row. Once complete, the blueprint will be a record of the proposed model and design of a potential digital pound and will form the basis for assessing the benefits and costs, says the bank. The bank and HM Treasury have proposed a public-private platform model for the provision of a digital pound. In this model, the bank would build and operate the ledger, while regulated private firms would access the core infrastructure via APIs. Private sector firms would deal with all user-facing interactions, including handling customers' information, and be able to develop and offer innovative services using a digital pound. As is the case with all our work during the design phase, no decision has yet been taken on whether to build a digital pound, states the bank. Design notes do not represent final policy or design decisions, nor do they represent policy proposals upon which we are formally consulting. On completion of the design phase and taking account of evolutions in the wider payments landscape, the bank and the government will decide whether to proceed to build a digital pound. If the decision was taken to build a digital pound, it would only be introduced once Parliament has passed the relevant primary legislation. They need CBDCs, digital pounds, and tokenized money to come online in the form of a phoenix that rises from the ashes, from the rubble of the previous financial system that was in place, aka what we have now. There has to be a massive collapse of the current markets and infrastructure as we know it today. We are just on the precipice of an all-out implosion of markets across the board. If liquidity dries up for any reason in Q1 or Q2 of 2025, we are in for a mass reckoning, a global reset/depression. I want you guys to be very cognizant of that because it's something I've been monitoring for well over the past year now. This doesn't mean that I think we should just pack up shop and stay completely in cash and sit on the sidelines, but something that you should be aware of. Many of the most wealthy investors on the planet, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, in that stratosphere, have already sold the vast majority of their stock positions and their asset portfolio. They are sitting on the sidelines with cash ready to deploy when the system starts to implode. Now, by no means do I have a crystal ball and can I tell you what's going to take place or when it's going to take place. I just want you to know that in the near-term future, within 1 year maximum, before the end of 2025, we will see such a cataclysmic collapse in the global markets that you're not even going to believe it's possible. So have your ducks in a row. Make sure you have some money ready to deploy when that moment comes, because that will be the greatest generational wealth building opportunity of our lifetimes. The writing is on the wall. So we need to be prepared for when that new payment infrastructure comes online. And I want to give you some more background information as to all the things that are transpiring behind the scenes and why Quant Network plays such a pivotal role in this new future. Payments in 2025, adapt or get left behind, by none other than Martin Hargreaves. Our Chief Product Officer, Martin Hargreaves, identifies the top payments trends in 2025 and explores their impact across the financial services industry. A low-growth environment combined with rising competition from fintech firms and regulatory reform means the pressure is on for banks to innovate their payments infrastructure as we head into 2025. Fortunately, the payments industry is resilient and adaptable, and it needs to be. Against the backdrop of geopolitical uncertainty, a high interest rate environment, and major shifts in supply chains, the world has continued to develop new technologies that are reshaping the market's future. In 2025, banks must continue to tap into public-private sector partnerships to innovate and meet evolving consumer demands. Programmability a rising priority. The UK has long been a leader in payments innovation, but with the global competition increasing and the challenge of alternative payment forms like crypto on the rise, we must continue to find new ways to unlock efficiencies. While many are drawn to crypto's volatility, it lacks the backing from a state which defines sovereign money. Money is ultimately underpinned by state guarantees, ensuring trust and stability, qualities that crypto struggles to provide. What Martin is trying to explain in the beginning of this press release from the Quant Network team is that crypto right now is very much in a speculative phase. It delivers and provides next to no utility. Let's just be honest. 99.9% of crypto projects out there are absolute garbage. Vaporware, trash. They have little to no value other than investors speculating on the sidelines and the frenzy that we see come every 4 years with the crypto bull run that is propped up and entirely initiated by the BTC halving date, which slashes rewards for Bitcoin miners in half every 4 years. It's cyclical. With that being said, Martin and Gilbert Verdian over at Quant Network, they are looking to marry cryptocurrency with major financial institutions. How they go about doing that is making money smarter, putting it to work for not only the individual on a personal level, but the corporate and enterprise level as well. How can we program money to be smarter? How can we access previously untapped resources or industries? How do we tokenize those industries so that we can leverage them to the fullest extent? How do we bring these industries into the 21st century with the technology that we hold in this incredible revolution? And that's why we're starting to see that massive shift into Bitcoin strategic asset reserves, and why we're seeing it on a state level here in the United States. And we will soon see it on a federal level once the Trump administration is back in the fold. The future of finance is dictated by Quant Network's success. If they can achieve what they've set out to do here, and Overledger is adopted across a myriad of industries and brought fully on board by the banking system, the sky is truly the limit, and generational wealth is absolutely 100% in the cards. Amidst this competitive landscape, programmable payments offer an opportunity to stay ahead. Programmable payments refer to the introduction of intelligent bank accounts with built-in personalized logic, allowing people to add highly specific conditions to transactions. Innovation and intelligent bank accounts with personalized logic that give people full flexibility and full personalized capability with their funds and with their money in a digital format. That is where the banking industry is headed. Those who adapt and are the early adopters will reap the immense benefits that can bring to the table. The latest phase of the UK's regulated liability network demonstrated that programmable payments can equip banks with a significant competitive differentiator to deliver valuable, innovative products. For example, a customer could set up a rule to pay their rent only once their salary arrives. We've already seen the likes of JP Morgan implementing programmable payments functionality in their own currency, JPM Coin via Connexus, their blockchain platform. In 2025, payment programmability will climb higher on banks' agendas, and we can expect to see more use cases and clarity on how they plan to implement this technology. CBDC's transatlantic divergence. Central bank digital currency CBDC exploration is becoming increasingly fragmented across the globe. Currently, the UK is well positioned to launch a CBDC. Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey recently noted a, quote, strong need to modernize payment practices, especially for cross-border transfers, adding, we must continue to prepare for retail CBDC. The newly elected Labour government also seems more enthusiastic than its Conservative predecessor. Under its financial services plan, it has committed to continued work on creating a digital pound. In contrast, the U.S. sits at the opposite end of the spectrum. President-elect Trump has been a vocal opponent of CBDC and has supported the CBDC Anti-Surveillance Act, which prevents the Fed from issuing a CBDC without congressional approval, having vowed to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. His election victory means that, at least for the duration of his term, we can rule out the prospect of a digital dollar. This is a very interesting dichotomy here, ladies and gentlemen. As far as the digital pound goes, central bank digital currencies, and crypto, you have to understand these are different entities. How can we merge them all together is going to be the big question, and whoever is able to bring them all together, and we know it to be Quant Network. I know it personally to be QNT. It's about getting the lawmakers and the policymakers on board and behind it as well. The EU finds itself somewhere in the middle. While the European Central Bank has pushed ahead with work on creating a digital euro, it faces the challenge of securing buy-in from its member states, many of whom are less enthusiastic about the project than the ECB and European Commission. CBDC development will therefore be gradual and inconsistent, with different jurisdictions moving at different paces. So, as you can see, there is still enormous uncertainty, and there needs to be congressional approval across the board from many different governments and jurisdictions across the world. On one hand, we have the new administration in the United States being very pro-crypto and touting crypto as the future of payments and digital finance. On the other side of the coin, he is very leery of central bank digital currencies, as am I, because of the devastating potential they have to rein in and control people's entire financial lives. The ability to censor and put pressure on political opposition whom they do not agree with or whom they deem as dissidents of the state. This is an extremely interesting situation that I will continue to monitor and give you the latest updates moving forward. However, I'm excited to see what happens to the price of Bitcoin and different speculative crypto assets, including our very own beloved QNT, the GOD token. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. This has been another feature presentation by MF Crypto, aka Quantstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father, the #1 source for all your quant network needs. I'll see you next episode. Cheers.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed, you're not being prodded, you're not given a reward, nobody's encouraging you? What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you are a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.